There are a few key concepts that a new player should understand in order to become proficient at playing Dungeons and Dragons. The game's core mechanics, understanding how to roll dice, how to interpret the results, and how to use those results to determine the success or failure of actions. Character creation, learning how to create a character, including selecting a race, class, and background, and assigning ability scores. The role of the Dungeon Master, understanding the role of the DM in facilitating the game, including setting the scene, narrating events, and playing non-player characters. The game's rules and conventions, learning the game's rules and conventions, including how to resolve conflicts, how to handle damage and healing, and how to track character progression. Setting and story, understanding how to create and interact with the game's setting and story, including how to roleplay your character and work with the DM to advance the plot. Strategies and tactics, learning how to make strategic decisions in combat and other challenging situations, and how to use your character's abilities and resources effectively. Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game that uses dice and a set of core mechanics to determine the success or failure of a character's actions. At its most basic, this involves rolling dice and interpreting the results to determine if an action succeeds or fails. To start, players will need a set of polyhedral dice, which includes a D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20. These dice are used to determine the outcomes of various actions, such as attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. To make an action, the player will roll a die or combination of dice and add any relevant modifiers to the result. For example, if a player is trying to climb a wall, they might roll a D20 and add their character's strength modifier. The Dungeon Master, DM, will then compare the result to a difficulty class, DC, to determine if the action succeeds or fails. If the result is equal to or greater than the DC, the action succeeds. If the result is less than the DC, the action fails. In addition, 5e uses advantage and disadvantage to further modify the chances of success or failure. Advantage means the player gets to roll 2 dice and take the highest result, while disadvantage means the player rolls 2 dice and takes the lowest result. This can be used to represent various factors that might affect an action, such as a character's skill or conditions in the environment. Overall, understanding how to roll dice and interpret the results is a crucial aspect of playing any TTRPG. Whether your character is attempting to sneak past a guard, haggle with a merchant, or battle a fierce monster, mastering these core mechanics will help you navigate the many challenges and adventures that await you in the game.